I'm just gonna start. Why not? I also realized I had muted myself in 2 places, so that's good. That's good for me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon stream. It is a stream that has probably got the chat box in the wrong location, but we will work it out because it's fine. I'm currently trying to locate stuff in Premiere because it decided to unlink everything. Which means that we can sit... Chatbox sure is hovering. But where is it? I can't see where... Oh, maybe it's in the alerts group. And I... Yeah, there it is. Chatbox over there. Okay, well, let's move that. Chatbox... Well, the chatbox hovering's not the problem. It's the chatbox sitting in the wrong spot. There we go. Have a chatbox. This is fine. This is fine. And then my big editing window is also looking like it's in a strange spot. It's fine. I need to redo all of these scenes at some point. So let's just... I'm sitting in an editing window in the middle of Coles. I thought the white box was in the wrong place. No. I put that there the other day. But it's a very messy setup right now. I need to redo so much of it. Get out of here, ads. It's a thick window. Yeah, I know, right? It's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. I can move it over here. Oh, no, that's the wrong one again. Why is that not locking off? There we go. Editing camera. There we go. Because it's supposed to look like a little... It's supposed to look like a little Premiere Pro window. Alright. That looks a bit better. Okay, so... Wonder what Cole's... Ben Martin... I just found this on YouTube. So, don't know. Wait, how do you have the ad break? No, I just got the... This is simply titled 4K Walking Around Cole's Video. We should probably film our own one, but this is a lovely time capsule of what a Coles looks like probably many years ago, because you look at some of the prices, they are wildly different at this point. No, Ben didn't make this, but it would have been funny if he did make this. You're right. That would have been quite funny. Makes sense. Why would we just randomly have a Coles video on the internet? It would be something that we could just do. We should definitely do our own one. I agree. We should probably do our own one. We could do it at our Coles if you like. All the horrendous Western suburban Coleses. And it just like rotates through a playlist of different videos. Oh boy. The dank one near the game shop. Oh, that's a dank Coles. I don't like that Coles. It's just so weird that someone's just filmed themselves walking around a Coles. I just find it so strange. Coles Grim Dank. Hold on. I'm trying to still find these, trying to find these files, but they seemingly aren't around here. Okay, so it's just casual stream today. I've got Cuke with me. I got a box of chicken crimpy, and we're just gonna. I had a really good meeting with Ben, one of the people in the channel, and someone who I was talking to about editing, but it turned into more of a chat about like channel management and channel analytics. And from there, I was going to edit the main show, but he basically was like, you should edit like 30 TikToks out of your old content. So the thing that's easier for my brain to do right now is probably that, and we're going to do that. And if if I get bored of that, then I'll start editing main show as well. But effectively, there is refreshed motivation to do some of this stuff. And I also had coincidentally scheduled a body doubling accountability stream that we're going to do some work. We're going to do some work, and we're not going to build this capitalism that I did today. This is my reward for being good for a little bit. And Jess is going to paint one of these little cute little guys, because I went to the bloody game store again and bought things that I shouldn't have. I know, I bloody love them. I kept buying things. So I need like a counter days since last mini bought. Reset the counter. I need this promo clip, which I don't know exists. Yes, I had done a capitalism. I had indeed done a capitalism. The gang starts a riot. Where the fuck is that? What's that one called? 50? Oh, that's why. Because it's named differently now. Goblin Druid Stew. I don't want to show you my file structure because I feel weird about that. So you can just sit here while I do this. Yeah, no, I bought a bunch of lizards. They're fun. They're fun little guys. Okay. Jimmy's ad promo. Yeah, the little lizards are fun. They're going to be... Oh, bloody ad break starts again. I'm going to keep that ad break on because it's bugging me now. It's bugging me to do it. Well, I just relink all of this. This is one of those things that really gets on your gears, because if this is all unlinked at this point, it's sits there. Oh, new Slurm. Okay, I don't really need any of that. Quarry stream, don't really need any of that. I'm gonna offline the rest of that. So here we go. Here's some panels from last time. Here's some of this from last time. What's this? What are all these? I'm starting a new sequence because this is a nightmare. Holy shit, I sure did just like pile up and pile up and pile up on these. I need to move you guys, 'cause I can't see any of that chat box. Put that, maybe I'll put that over here. All right. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm going to work in one window today. Maybe I won't. Maybe I just got to put your... I got to pop out your chat box. And I'll put it down here. So I can at least see it. Hey, there you are. There's a bunch of handsome chats. Alright, there we go. There we go. Now I see all. Okay, so... let's start us up. I'll take us over to the other... take us over to the other screen. How's that? Oh my gosh. The editing one's different now. The chat's over me now. Which one's this? Editing alerts. Okay, so you can go down here. Pop that on there. Test that. There it goes. And you know what? Just for good measure, let's get that chat box from here over there as well. Because otherwise, I can't see your chat. There we go. Oh, lovely. How have you got the white font there? Oh, who knows? Can everybody say some stuff in chat if you can still see this? If you're not getting compounded with ads? Compounded? Assaulted with ads? Test, test, test. Can you see that? There you go. You have a darker box over there. Let's get some music going. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. It's quite loud. Quite loud in my brain. Might not be loud in your brain. There you go. There you go. Okay, first off, I'm going to start up a new... I think I'm going to start a new sequence over here. Because it's quite a lot over here. So I'm just going to call this one... Is this a new thing? Oh gosh, what have I done here? New item, sequence... Or I could just... Actually, I'll just copy this one because it's going to be... sequences. This one's just called sequence 1, which is the one I want. I want Instavert. Short form stream edits. Short form edits. Alright, put that in this box there. Now we have short form edits. All there. Ah, I love me a good thing. Okay, that's quite loud. All right. Universe. Can you hear this? Can you hear this on yours?
Adam's lead, and we'll
Can you hear this?
see what happens, okay? In the event of an explosion, save yourselves first, leave me here.
Done. No. Easy.
Yep. You guys start trying to pull information out of this thing. Vatic, you fucking see, like, the abyss, the fucking eternal void that you think this thing might originate from. Vatic's eyes turn into like a...
Can everybody hear that? Can everybody hear what's going on there? Or is there too much going on? Do I need to turn down the music as well? I am not fully sure. Alright, so what do we got here? I think we might actually need something a bit more chill for this music. It's overstimulating. With ups, I don't know what Spotify's deal is either. It's lagging out quite a lot. It's like it loses connection almost every time, and I don't know why. Good afternoon. Okay, so
Oh, it tastes good! It's like mushroom.
My homemade gravy.
Yeah, they both finished the bowl.
Yeah, here, as guests, Gurag is here to take us down to see Turok.
He's like,
alright, so we've got some older clips here. I think we might go and get some of the existing promos that we've already got and put them in here. That way I'm not like looking through an episode to then cut it down further. So I'll go over here first. Bring that in, so promo, got heaps of these guys. Alright, episode, oh, I've already got them in. Alright, let's do the Bad Dragons one. I know that's a funny clip. I'm pretty much just kill him. So we want it to be roughly a good size. I mean, great pause face, Matt.
does not kill him, but he's just like.
And I'm pretty much reframing these. That's all. That's just what I gotta do.
But he's just.
So actually, I want these to be unlinked as well.
But he's just like smacking Craig over and over. Face with this in the face.
And there we got.
Like smacking Craig. But he's just like smacking Craig over and over and over. The last one misses in the face. This.
Do a bit of that.
Misses in the face.
Slut!
With this. Slut dragon! Slut! Slut dragon! Slut! 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 Mammy, you're up.
I'm just watching like.
You're up. You're up.
I'm just watching like.
Who's a
What? Slut! Mammy, you're up.
Just watch like that.
So pull that back. What? You're up. What? You're up.
Just watch like that.
Who's a bad boy? It's me! Are these zoomed in already? Oh man, these are... Who's a bad boy? It's me!
You're up.
Who's a bad boy? It's bad boy. Who's a bad boy? It's me!
You're up.
I'm the baddest dragon. Dragon. Hello, Lokis. How you doing? Doing some body doubling today, so feel free to do anything you're feeling while I try and also get some work done. I'm using Premiere. I'm using Premiere Pro. Probably should put that tag, shouldn't I? Let's get rid of that tag. There we go. Yeah, so I'm in Premiere. What do you use? Are you a video editor yourself? Do you get up to some editing? Movavi. I think I watched someone earlier actually doing some Movavi. Is that like the one that's got like a really dark user interface where all the clips are kind of highlighted?
What do you say?
New editor. Ah, fair. I have been editing a very long time.
You're up. Just
and it's the only one used. I would say if you can use one that doesn't cost you like $100 a month, like Adobe likes to do. Actually, if you're a student, it's cheap on Adobe, but then you get sucked into their ecosystem. But like DaVinci is free and really good. I don't know Movavi. I've heard CapCut's really, really good too. Slut drag.
watch like that.
Who's a bad boy? Me.
You're a bad.
Alright, so I'm gonna need another one of those clips. I'm probably gonna have to crop these two. Because both of them bloody do this effect. Started getting paid? Dude, that's awesome. I hope it goes well. I've done paid editing for... I'm a freelance. I do freelancing as well, but man, $5 to $10 for an hour-long video. Hey, that's great if you're getting paid for doing something you love, you know? I hope that is fruitful. I got into a Discord that has like editing jobs that gets posted, and you can find some pretty good stuff there. Well, edit for small streamers on Twitch. Hey, that's great. Are you looking to like do that like full time? Like what's the Dragon? There you go. I might actually animate those two in because that might be funny that way. slide those bad boys in. Sorry, I'll put the FX control in here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, it's really loud. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm working with like completed clips, so it's a bit peaky. You can see over here it's quite peaky. I'll pull this down. I'll pull this down a little bit.
I'm the bad dragon.
The peaking is unfortunately on mic, so we can't change that anymore. But I can. Let me know what is loud, by the way, if you need me to turn the music something down. Yeah, it's because this is the final export more than anything. God, what am I doing? I'm editing and making this slide in, and ease in here, and I'm gonna put that there instead, so you can see it a bit better. And we're going to make this clip slide in. Oh, come on. Be good. There we go. I'm going to do that quicker because I would like Alright, so this one's done. Alright, this one.
Oh, someone's
same
doing
vibe. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Loki. I hope you're having a good time. I hope your editing is fun. I hope it is fruitful. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to leave us on if you need the body double. What am I doing here? So 1 and 2 and ease that in. Okay, so this one now goes like that. That's better. What you say?
I'm the
What you say?
I'm the bad.
Alright, so
I'm the bad dragon. I'm the bad dragon.
I like that it still works with the song.
I'm the bad dragon.
I forgot about this joke. I like that it still works with the song. It still works with the song. To the song. I like that it still works with the song.
I'm the bad dragon. I'm the. I'm.
I like that it still works in the song.
I'm the bad dragon.
All right, let's copy these two. One. And let's see if we can save ourselves some animation. Oh, hell yeah, it did.
And
I think we know where the clip cuts.
Bad Dragon, please spawn. Bad Dragon. Bad Dragon.
Why does it keep doing that? I'm cutting my footage like a frame too early all
Bad
the
Dragon,
time.
please sponsor us.
Honestly, like, we'll do it till. Do it till.
Bad Dragon, please sponsor us.
Honestly, like, honestly, like, we'll do it. Honestly, like, we'll do it till. Mammy reverts back to his normal self.
I think the TikTok could just end there, right? Just. Oh god, where's that gone? Where the fuck is that gone? Where'd it go? Wait, where'd it go? Oh.
bad dragon.
Bad Dragon, please sponsor us.
Honestly, like, we'll do it till.
Rule of threes. The rule of threes joke in there. I need a fourth one in there just so I can Yeah.
You have
Oh, I really hate this thing Premiere does where if you reach the end of your clip it will just stop. Sorry, well, it will loop to the back, the very first area. And there's some motion graphics here that... I need to crop it, I think. What? Product is the worst, but aw, what happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, fair. Put a crop on this one as well. Oh wait, I know how to fix this. Literally just move that to there.
Till.
Yeah.
Up from the bottom. All right, that one's pretty good. So your process has been working to change due today. Important elements didn't work even with testing. Oh, more testing. Hey, at least you know that it's not a total waste. You can still get stuff done, right?
Hey, thanks for the sub.
Thank you so much. Ah, that hurt my head. All right, so here is the finished. I'll bring it up. I'll make it a bit bigger for you. There you go. This one, what's what we call this one? This one's called the Bad Dragon. Does not kill him, but he's just like smacking Craig over and over and over. The last one misses in the face.
Slut!
With this slut dragon, slut dragon, slut. You're up.
I'm just watching like.
Who's a bad boy? It's me.
You're a bad
I'm the baddest
guy.
dragon.
What did you say?
I'm the bad dragon.
I like that it still works with the song. Oh.
I'm the bad dragon.
Bad Dragon, please sponsor us.
Honestly, like we'll do it till.
Yeah.
It's not bad. That turned out good. You know, it helps that the joke's already done. Okay, so let's give that one an edit. And put that over here. Vert promos. What do we call this one? This one is called Bad Dragons. All right, so we've got that, and we're going to do that at... H264. And we're going to export it as the sequence settings. Because that's 608 by 10. It says 1.0. Oh, no, it's 1080 by 1920, 1.0. And then that should be good. Alright, that's done. You just... That's all rendered out, and now... We should just be able to watch that.
Does not kill him.
There it is.
But he's just like smacking Craig over. I like that it still works with the song. I'm the bad dragon.
Alright, there we go. Done. Alright. 1 down. Many more to go. Where's my... Okay, so... Everyone, if you can see... Oh, can you see the list of names over here? Oh, I'll put it over here now. That didn't work. If you can see... Oh, my God. Sure can't. Yeah, I know. Why is this not letting me drag these? What's this going? What's this? What's up? Why is it all sticky? Unlock panel. There we go. All right. Out of these names, that you can see, is there one that you would like to see made into smaller? $120 items? What? Oh, there's 120 down there. Yeah, there's heaps. But that's the whole project, so ignore that. So out of the episode clips in here, are there any names that you would like to see? No, they're all these ones are the short form. I got lots in here. I got lots to do. And then I should go back through the okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 41, 40. Roll me a D40. While I eat a chicken crimpo. If you want a good screen grab, there's one around here. There's one. There's one for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. Stay a while and listen. Oh, fuck. That's a whole episode. Roll a d20, Jess, because I think I accidentally selected whole episodes in there as well. Yeah, in the chat, you could just roll exclamation d20 and it'll work. It should. Well, because the chatbot is also fucking me around. Hold up, I'll find it. Chat commands. Oh, have I just turned them off? Is that why? Oh, exclamation D20. Those don't work anymore. All right, 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Family connections. Now I'm just going to check I haven't already doubled up this one. I have not. Alright, so... Oh, long promo. It's on 2 minutes.
Umbriga.
Okay, so...
People of Dumbriga, I am Jorvik Bearhammer. Once People of Dumbriga, I am Jorvik Bearhammer. Once moved, but now returned. We have slain Craig. The Bearhammer clan has slain Craig.
And then, from down the road you hear, "Hi! Hi! And I wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it any other way." You see Asla and Dorvix.
Craig.
And then from down the road you hear, "Hi! And I wouldn't have it any other way." You see Asla and Dorvix trudging through the mud, making their way. And Dorvix trudging through the mud, making their way back. Dorvix walks up and he's like, back. Dorvix walks up and he's like, "It's good to see you. It's good to see. It's good to see you, son." Dorvix walks up and he's like, "It's good to see you, son."
I slide down off the dragon. Down.
And he's like, "It's good to see you, son."
I slide down off the dragon.
See you, son.
I slide down off the dragon. Down.
I never thought I'd see you in Dumragar again.
Dragon. Down.
I never thought I'd see you in Dumragar again.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
Well, you got him.
I did. Yeah.
got him.
Aye.
Oh, what was that? Rogue frame there.
Aye, I did.
Big bastard, isn't he? Big bastard, isn't he?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Good job. Good job.
I give him back his crossbow.
Hey, is that where it went? It went.
Aye.
Ah, I thought I was dead for a bit there.
I thought.
For a bit there.
I thought you were dead. I have a question though. Question though.
Okay.
I take him over to the clone. What do you want to do at that? What do you want? Question though.
Okay.
I take him over to the clone. What do you want to do at this?
The Dovix, and he's like, look at this. The Dovix, and he's like, look at this handsome fella.
Do at this.
Look at this handsome fella. Ah, this is awkward. Ah, this is awkward.
Aye, he was replacing you. He was replacing you.
Hold on, what?
He was replacing you. And they've also got one that looks like you, Lorvik. Replacing you.
Hold on, what?
He was replacing you.
Hold on, what?
He was replacing you. And they've also got one that looks like you, looks like you, Lorvik, as well.
Hold the phone, what? Hold the phone, what?
Aye.
He looks over. He looks over, and then the little Lorvix there is like, and you sure it's definitely. He looks over. Definitely. Oh. Oh.
want my bow back, by the way.
Mother, do I have to give the bow back?
No, the other bow.
Bow-
I want my bow back, by the way. I want my bow back, by the way.
Mother, do I have to give the bow back? Give the bow back.
No, the other bow.
To give the bow back.
No, the other bow.
That makes me right uncomfortable.
Does it make you angry?
A little.
What do you want to do with them? Azla says that we...
Comfortable.
Does it make you angry? Angry.
A little.
What do you want?
A little.
What do you want to do with them? What do you want to do with them? Azla says that we need to keep... to keep them alive. I feel Azla says that we need to keep them alive. I feel the same way as
here.
I feel the same way as my
here.
friend. I feel the same way as my friend. The same way as my friend.
I don't want them. Don't want Don't want them around here. I'll leave it. Don't want them around here. I'll leave it to Azla. Leave it to Azla as the head. And he as the head. And he starts heading up.
Oh, Jess, are you there? Can you hear?
Up. Towards the Bearhammer Lodge.
Wait.
Let me know if you can.
Starts heading up towards the Bearhammer Lodge.
Wait, I'm sorry I left.
Bearhammer Lodge.
Wait, I'm sorry I left.
Forget about it.
I hug him. A hug.
He's like, takes him a bit, but takes him a bit, but he does it. He's like, he's like, takes him a bit, but he does it.
Never too old for a cuddle. Too old for a cuddle.
Don't make it.
For a cuddle.
Don't make it weird.
I go back to. Just kidding.
You have.
For a cuddle.
Weird.
I go back to.
Weird. Weird.
I go back to. I go back to. Just kidding.
424. Oh, where's that?
You got him. Aye, is that where it went? Hold on, what? It's heading up.
With them. Azla says that we need to keep them alive. I
Don't-
feel
He's like, takes him a bit, but he does it.
never too old for a cuddle.
Don't make it weird.
I go back to. Just kidding.
Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well. And,
I won the lottery. I quit.
so we left Jace here, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
I go back.
Bit of a longer one, but
Eventually. Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well. And,
I won the lottery. I quit.
so where do we?
I quit. I quit.
You have. Don't make it weird.
I go back to. Just kidding.
Get weird. Eventually, Jace makes their way. Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well. And,
I won the lottery.
eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well.
I won the lottery. Which one?
Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well.
Oh.
I quit. I quit.
over as well.
Pretty good soundbite, actually. Yeah, you're right.
And, over as well.
Get weird.
Eventually, Jace. Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well. And,
I won the. I won the lottery. I won the lottery. I quit. I quit.
Here you go. Here you go, Tammy. I'll make that a tiny little MP3 for you. How's that? I'm gonna put it in the Discord as a soundboard. How do I do that? Server settings. Soundboard. Upload sound. That's why you gotta do it even more. All right, there you go. It's now in the Discord. So if you have access to the soundboard, you can be like... You hear that? You can't hear that.
I quit.
Now you can.
I quit.
All right. I thought long and hard about this, but I think I'm just going to step it.
There you go. Alright, bit of a longer one, but that works. Because sometimes TikTok like the longer ones. Bit of a drama one.
People of Dumbragar, I am Jorvik Bearhammer, once removed but now returned. We have slain Craig. The Bearhammer clan has slain Craig.
And then from down the road you hear, "Hi! And I wouldn't have it any other way!" And you see Asla and Dorvix trudging through the mud, making their way back. Dorvix walks up and he's like, "It's good to see you, son.
I slide down off the dragon. Duh.
I never thought I'd see you in Dumbragar again."
No, neither did I.
"Well, you got him.
I did.
Big bastard, isn't he?"
Aye.
"Aye. Good job."
Yeah. I give him back his crossbow.
"Aye, is that where it went?
Aye.
Ah, I thought I was dead for a bit there."
I thought you were dead. I have a question though.
Okay.
I take him over to the clone. What do you want to do with this?
Look at this handsome fella. Ah, this is awkward.
Aye. He was replacing you.
Hold on, what?
He was replacing you. And they've also got one that looks like Lorvik as well.
Hold the phone, what?
Aye.
He looks over and then there's little Lorvix there. He's like, And you sure it's definitely... Oh.
I want my bow back, by the way.
Mother, do I have to give the bow back?
Nope, the other bow.
That makes me right uncomfortable.
Does it make you angry?
A little.
What do you want to do with them? Azla says that we need to keep them alive. I feel the same way as my friend.
I don't want them around here. I'll leave it to Azla as the head. And he starts heading up towards the Bearhammer Lodge.
Wait, Da. I'm sorry I left.
Forget about it.
I hug him.
Takes him a bit, but he does it.
Never too old for a cuddle.
Don't make it weird. Eventually, Jace makes their way back over as well. And,
I won the lottery. I quit.
All right. So, what's this one called? Oh no, what's this one called? Oh, what was the clip called? Fuck. Family Connections. So my goal here is to make a roughly 20 to 30 of these. And that's 2. I mean, I suppose I got some others that I could do as well. But could someone roll a D20 for me if you can hear me in chat right now? Exclamation D20 does not work for some reason anymore. But if you could just find it. A D20 or YouTube. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Streamelons must have changed their coding. Either way, if anyone's able to do that for us, that would be great. Sadly, no dice at work. You're leaving work and you'll be home soon. Okay, well, I'll make one. Jess, before you go, roll one more D20. And I'll see you soon. What you got? What you got? Oh, you might not be there. I'm going to do Berta's new look.
Chelsea is like slowly morphs back into herself.
Sorry, that might be a bit loud for you lot.
Back into herself.
ending a lot of the story moments today.
Berta. 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 That axe. Buddy tried to tell me it was the axe. He could have gotten away, could have gotten to safety, but he just kept using away. The safety, but he just kept using it. Buddy tried to tell me. Tried to tell me it was the axe. He could have gotten away, could have gotten to safety, but he just kept using it. It's okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. I can this. I can fix this. I can fix this. I can fix this. Not you. I don't need. Not you. I don't need you. I can do this myself. I don't need you. I can do this myself.
Chelsea starts glowing with black and red energy. It emanates from her. It emanates from her. From her. Red energy. It emanates. Energy. It emanates from her. Her eyes turn red. I can fix.
I can fix this. I can fix this.
That's cool. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's cool.
Chelsea. Chelsea casts Raise is dead. Chelsea.
What the? What the fuck?
Dead. Chelsea.
What the fuck?
Animate dead on.
The fuck? What the fuck?
Animate dead on Berta.
Zombie Berta.
Berta.
Zombie Berta.
Berta.
Zombie Berta. Zombie Berta.
Berta. His eyes open. Berta. They are white. Is open. They are white. Corpse. They are white. Corpse in her arm. In her arms. In her arms. In her arms. Starts twitching and moving.
I've got you. I've got you. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I've got you. Everything's gonna be
It's part of the Oathbreaker class. Like, so. It's part of the Oathbreaker class. Like, so because Chelsea has broken her oath with Yandala, she's filled with dark. Energies now. Instead of just giving life, energies now. Dark energies now. Instead of just giving life, she channeled it wrong. She doesn't know much about her powers yet.
So Berta gets up like unnaturally, like.
Wrong. She doesn't know much about her powers yet.
It's up like unnaturally, like.
With wide eyes.
Vatican's burning. Vatican's burning.
Yeah, it is Vadic's turn.
Vatican's burning.
Yeah, it is Vadic's turn. Alright, there's another one. Oh, let's watch it back first. Let's watch it back.
Chelsea is like slowly morphs back into herself.
Berta. That axe. Vatic tried to tell me it was the axe. He could have gotten away, could have gotten to safety, but he just kept using it. It's okay, I can fix this. I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this. Not you. I don't need you, I can do this myself.
Chelsea starts glowing with black and red energy. It emanates from her. Her eyes turn red.
I can fix
I can fix this.
Ooh, that's cool.
Chelsea casts Raise Dead. Chelsea
What the fuck?
animate dead on
Did you know
Berta.
this? Zombie Berta.
Berta's eyes open. They are white. Corpse in her arms. She starts twitching and moving.
I've got you. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I've got you. Everything's gonna be fun.
It's part of the Oathbreaker class. Like, so because Chelsea has broken her oath with Yondala, she's filled with dark energies now. Instead of just giving life, she channeled it wrong. She doesn't know much about her powers yet.
So Berta gets up like unnaturally, like.
With a wide eye.
Vatican's burning.
Yeah, it is Vadic's turn.
I did not drink the whole of that today. That was just because I was lazy using a cup. All right. Well, I might pop off. We've done solid 3. I gotta save this first. I hope me doing random bits of work was good for you, because doing 3 of these has made me do more than I would have. So, in saying that, I think that's pretty good. I think that one's called Berta's New Look. That one's going to be that. Even just a little short stream. We got it. We got a little bit of work done. And now we have 3 more of these done.
Chelsea is like slowly morphs back into herself.
So low quality. It's compressing them. I think they're compressing weird. I don't want to use that preset. More presets. Okay. Let me just look up one real quick. Because those look really low quality. Yeah, export settings. So we're gonna go to H.264 codec. That's cool. Match frame rate source. Okay, so and then we're gonna go match source, match the frame rate of source video. Match the frame rate of source video. 1920 by 1080. Oh, hold on. Yeah, see, this is what I was just saying. It now defaults to 720 and adds black bars. So, until the last update, the default settings will be match source, high adaptive bitrate. Okay, so create a custom set of output settings. No, don't put it straight onto YouTube. Oh, I forgot you could do that. Okay, so if I simply just go, if I go match source, high adaptive bitrate at H.264, let's see what that outputs. Well, let's see what it outputs with the same.
People of Dumbriga.
Yeah, you're all compressed and shit as well.
Chelsea is
Much
like
better. All right. XMP files are shithouse. Okay, so details of that. 1080 by 1920. Okay, that's good. It's going to re-export these two as well. The same. Same format settings. Hey, Envy, are you around still, by the way? Envy, or is anyone just in the chat? Let me know. Is anyone able to catch the Warhammer preview? Because I just realized I was streaming and missed it. Is anyone around that knows what went down? Anything cool? Okay, last one is Bad Dragons. Oh god, why did that? Alright.
Does not kill him, but he's just...
Chelsea.
People of Dumbriga.
Alright, looks good. Alright, so... You know what? Let's, Is this sharing an application window, or is this a desktop screen? It's a desktop screen. Alright, let's go to... I'm just gonna do this till Jess gets home. I'm going to go over to Warcom. Because apparently, there are a lot of new things. Oh, shit! I see Crude. Oh, fuck. Is that on right now? Whoa! Is this on right fucking now? Dude, mandrakes. Oh shit.
They probably
Damn.
fashion choices
All right,
are
well,
kind of on par
yeah,
with
have
Night
this.
Lords, I suppose.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
kind of
pretty
go
much.
the same
Have some more of this.
Same style.
See this on Twitch. Damn. What about that window? Get rid of that. Get rid of stream chat. Damn. All right. All right. All right. Warhammer previews going on. Yeah, you don't get any. None of that. None of that from you. Oh my god. All right, let's go back over here. Dude, the mandrakes are sick. Are you gonna give me some stuff? Okay, there we go.
Drukhari range into new exciting places, and I think as well like a treat for painters as well. So you look at some of those miniatures and the opportunity to do some very fancy work on some of those kind of tattoos and glowing bits. Some a kind of ethereal flame on there as well. A lovely different mix of textures across the models as well. So you've got the kind of flayed skin, you've got the dark demonic skin, you've got kind of wispy hair, and you've got flames and butcher knives and all sorts of stuff. So a really lovely kit to paint up
mix, as well. Yeah, nice mix. And there's some new terrain as well. This
is
the Generatorium.
That's the Generatorium, isn't it? Yeah, of course.
So you could put this in the middle of your new kill zone. Kind of, you can imagine this kind of popping out the middle of the oil rig in the middle of those kind of turbulent seas.
I actually don't know what they used to look like.
And a kind of nice solid bit of ground.
Oh, okay, they're pretty similar.
To fight over. The new season of Kill Team
Night Lords
is obviously
kit.
set across these raised plates that you can imagine kind of popping out of the turbulent seas of the
I'm still on.
water planets of Warhammer 40,000. But the Generatorium is flexible enough actually that it's a large piece of terrain that you could also sit quite happily in the middle of a Warhammer 40,000 battlefield, and it's tall enough as well that you could probably like hide a few infantry units behind it as well. So it's just a nice, cool,
and now I'm watching the preview with a
preview. You can add to any game, either Kill Team or Warhammer 40,000.
2 levels there as well, I think, because like that sort of upper level and then that kind of lower bit as well on it.
No, I did 3 good ones.
Back to the other.
No,
I
did.
So if you're playing Kill Team especially, there's
an hour and 45
minutes and crannies and stuff, which is what you want from Kill Team, right? You want to have enough places to have some heavy cover and kind of pop out and like fire some pistol shots down there or throw some flame, whatever your range weapon is, before you get kind of up close and personal and into the melee of close combat.
Nice. Lovely stuff.
Check that box
And all of that
out.
comes together initially
Look at that
in a
box.
big box set, which is Kill Team Nightmare, and then
This is
as
called
is
Kill Team
traditional,
Nightmare.
both of those units will be made available separately.
Just looking at the old
for
one.
Warhammer 40,000 and that terrain piece as well. So
is it the
all
LVO?
of that on its
Yeah,
way.
that's
so
where
whether
he
you're
is
a Kill
right
Team
now.
fan or a Warhammer 40,000 fan, there's some good stuff to look forward to in that set.
No, so he is actually streaming right now though.
So I think without further ado, shall we do?
Yeah, he always does.
Yeah, let's have a look at the next
reveal.
There were too many dudes. What's this? I saw a recruit. I saw the shadow of a recruit and I got very excited. And I was losing my shit just a little bit. No, it hasn't come up yet. I just started watching this. God. That's bad. I'm gonna...
New warbands willing to brave the horrors of the Gnarlwood there in this Warcry box, Pyre and Flood. It's Lumineth versus Nighthaunt. Eddie, tell us a little bit about this.
This is pretty cool.
So this is a new
I'm glad I
box
clicked
set for
onto
Warcry.
this.
As you say, we've got Lumineth and Nighthaunt. This is a continuation of the Warcry season we're in already, which is set in the jungles of Gur. So still very much in the setting that you're familiar with, which means you can quite happily
Also,
pitch both of these warbands against any of the warbands that currently exist in Warcry. And much like every other Warcry set we've seen so far, as well as adding new skirmish forces
Ghosts versus
to Warcry,
Ocean guys.
They also
There might be
add
a cool
new
crab or
units to
something in here,
armies
though. That's
for
pretty.
Warhammer
That'd be
Age of
pretty
Sigmar.
nice.
So if you've got a Nighthaunt force or a Lumineth
Oh, no,
force,
Lumineth.
this gives you another unit
What
to
are
kind of
these?
add into the mix.
Riverblades.
So if we start off
Oh, they
with
must be like scout type minis.
Udrillian Riverblades, this is effectively the aspect of water
cool.
made manifest for the Lumineth. So if you're familiar with the way that the Lumineth army works, generally speaking, the warriors, or the elite warriors certainly within that army, will...
Sec.
fast, very hard-hitting elite warriors who are able to kind of dance around enemy blows before delivering their kind of precision strikes. And you've got a good mix of different unit types in there, and you can sort of like read into them a little bit. That you've got some commander unit, you've got some kind of elite fighters there, and you've got some, I suppose, new additions to the mix. So your leader there is called a Pure Flood Seneschal. He's the one right in the middle with the very impressive stallion helm and his kind of trident. You have the Stream Runners, which are your kind of the ones with the fully armored faceplates, which are kind of very in tune with the spirit of the water. And then you've got the kind of new additions to the mix, which are the Crest Dancers, which are the kind of more lightly armored warriors who are just learning their trade, sort of thing. But this unit in Warcry, you can imagine being very effective because they're going to be very fast, they're going to hit very hard, and they can dance quite happily across all the various pieces of terrain. And what they're trying to do effectively
they're so
Sigmar is
some of these models are so flippy. Like, look at these guys leaping off the trees and things. This one's like mid-air doing like a slash.
And particularly in the Nullwood, they're trying to
doing
make
like a
sure
mid-air
that
slash,
the
and he's just
kind of set off course.
The cloak
by the
is the thing
eruption
touching
of
contact with the base.
Huge Gurish jungle is kind of set back on the right path to kind of
Bloody
wash
cool.
away the forces of chaos and darkness that inevitably pop up almost everywhere in the Mortal Realms.
Now, stop me if I'm wrong, but I imagine that the Nighthaunt Pyregeists have absolutely no intention of allowing that to happen.
Yeah, so this is very much an elemental force battle because you've got on one hand the force of water and then and fire on this side, and the Pyregeists have some fun IP basically where Nagash is the Lord of Death and obviously is particularly fond of cruel and unusual punishments for the spirits of anybody who's seen wronged him or otherwise really just
you're getting tortured by the death god,
and
so you're just lit on fire completely. I do like the greens though; it's a really nice greens.
Mortals who in life were guardians of sacred places or particularly temples of the dead. So they would have been either priests who would have overseen mortuary rites or guardians of tombs or grave robbers or something like that. So that guy right in the middle there, the Deacon of Flames, would have been a mortuary priest, which would have been held in very high regard in the mortal realms in life, and kind of made sure that the spirits of the departed were kind of seen happily into whatever Shaishian paradise they thought they were going to go to. Nagash didn't really like that because he wanted to make sure that all the souls went to him. So whenever he got his hands on any of these souls, he'd make sure that they were kind of their punishment was actually not to kind of shepherd fallen souls to paradise, but actually just to make sure that they went to him. The warriors with the halberds there are Bale Guard, so they would previously have been guardians of tomb complexes and looked after the sacred burial grounds of the mortal realms. And again, Nagash didn't like that because he wants to have get hold of both the souls and the literal bones and mortal remains of those warriors. So when he managed to get hold of one of those souls, he'd put them to use guarding the Deacon of Flames. Then you've got the Flame Wraiths, which are the ones holding the braziers there. And in life, they would have been they would have been monks who lit the candles of those sacred places in the various tomb complexes and things. And in death, they now serve Nagash, setting people on fire, basically, and ushering those souls to him. And I think my favourite are those ones at the top, which are Torch Wraiths. And they are effectively, in life, they would have been grave robbers. And Nagash isn't a fan of that either, because he likes to get hold of all of those bones to build into stuff. That's kind of the main building material, really, for Nagash, is bones. So in death, if he gets hold of the soul of a grave robber, he gives him another cruel and unusual punishment to basically be on fire all the time, but also to serve him throwing that fire back at his enemies. So a really interesting mix of units for Warcry.
Very interesting.
So this very much built as a skirmish warband with lots of different variety in it, but also able to be used in Warhammer Age of Sigmar as a kind of mixed unit as well. So it's a really fun addition.
And this comes with a little bit of scenery as well, a Slan statue from Talaxis. This is the Idol of the Old Ones, which is a malfunctioning artifact.
Oh, damn, what is that?
Yeah. So the whole of the Gurish jungle, the Nullwood, is effectively strewn with bits of this colossal Seraphon starship that's kind of crashed across it. And you can imagine this thing being like the prow or the figurehead of that temple ship that's kind of crashed through the middle of the jungle.
That's very
fallen
cool.
off. And obviously everything Seraphon is just laced with magic, and it's a really nice mix of kind of fantastical and the arcane. So you've got obviously it's a big cool statue of possibly a Slan, possibly an old one. But also you've got some hints there that there's some tech going on inside it. So there is that kind of little celestial constellation of dots on the front might be magical in some way. It's obviously covered in precious jewels and gems and all sorts, which is probably magical in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
So anybody who kind of stumbles across this in the mortal realms, apart from the fact that it's half made of gold, if you can drag this back to civilization somehow, you'll probably be quite rich. But the Nullwood is probably not keen on relinquishing this. So if you can get it, good stuff. But you've got to brave the Pyre and the Flood first.
Nice.
And all of this comes in a big box set.
I don't know if I will.
Called Pyre and Flood, and comes with a new
I'm still
warband
keen either
tome,
way.
which gives you all the rules you need to play the Lumineth and the Nighthaunt new warbands in Warcry.
Lovely stuff. Warcry there. Oh yeah,
there it is all together. So I think that gives you a sense of how big that piece of terrain is as well. Like it's a nice chunky piece of terrain to put onto your battlefield. And if you have been collecting Warcry terrain since the start of this season, you will probably now have pretty much a whole battlefield full of weird trees and old one relics and all sorts of stuff. So this is a nice kind of centerpiece to kind of top that off.
Lovely stuff.
It'd be cool to get all of the Seraphon pieces all together.
Next one.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, my boys! Oh yeah, that's the Kroot. Oh shit! Wait, is that just the Shaper? Better not just be the Shaper. I don't care. That's still cool. No, that's a different guy. Oh yeah! What is this? Yeah, come on. Whoa! Yes! Rampages. What the fuck? Flesh Shaper. Oh, yeah. War Shape. Are you telling me I can get a whole Kroot army? Oh, you're gonna give me an army box, aren't you? Fuck, yes you are. Yeah! Hell yeah! Okay, that's the box for Matt.
Hunting
That's a box right for Matt.
Truly open. Everyone in the chat just going Kroot, Kroot.
Fuck.
This is the new Kroot
man,
for the
they
Tau
look
Empire,
great.
along with the new codex as
the
well.
bloody
for the Tau
thump
and
gun looking
Temptation.
thing there.
Eddie, let's start with the Kroot. What do we know about these
man,
Masters of DNA?
I don't like the color scheme,
So
actually.
the Kroot have been part of the Tau Empire since their inception.
Hell
back
yeah.
in a previous edition of Warhammer 40,000, but they haven't had a huge amount of attention since they came out, with the one very notable exception of the Kill Team that was released for Kill Team. But we are now seeing a massive expansion for the Kroot, and what we're going to show you today is only some of the new Kroot that are on their way for the Tau Empire as auxiliaries for Warhammer 40,000. So this is we'll start with the Kroot Carnivore Squad. These are your basic troopers. So this is the a refresh of an existing kit with loads more detail. It's been a very long time since the Kroot Carnivore Squad came out. It was, I think, early 2000s, so almost 20 years waiting for this new unit. And the new kit has got everything you'd hope for in a new kit of Warhammer 40,000. Loads of different options in the mix.
Getting messaged like crazy. People are like, Matt, there's Kroot. I'm like, I know! I know there's Kroot!
New special weapons that you can see bottom left there. Got some... lots of combat options, lots of things to kind of add a bit of variety, and these are very interchangeable as well with the Kroot Kill Team that came out. I think last year. So loads of really nice options to kind of mix into your army, and if you've got a Tau army, you can have quite a lot of these units as well. So there's not a huge amount of extra detail, I suppose, on these beyond the normal the warrior themselves, which is good because you might want to have 20, 30, 40 of these guys in a force, which is pretty cool. But this is arguably the least exciting of the new units because there's plenty of other very cool stuff.
Yeah, the Shaper.
This is a Kroot Flesh Shaper. One of the things that the
I wonder if it's just going to be a Shaper box.
Kroot is they've really expanded the concept of Shapers, which previously was almost like a catch-it-all term for all Kroot leaders were called Shapers, and what they've now done is expanded the idea of a Shaper into different roles. So there are now Shapers whose main job it is to be to kind of lead the evolutionary development of the Kroot. There are those of them that are almost like shamanic. There are those of them that are kind of trackers or hunters or war leaders and things like that. So the Flesh Shaper, his kind of role is to kind of basically decide who the Kroot are going to eat. They're like, you want to eat that bit and you want to eat that bit.
Don't eat that.
And kind of make sure, almost like a butcher kind of role to some extent, and that's reflected in some of the weapons. But you can see that this guy's also tooled up to the nines, right? Like he's got a lot of different weapons, both for killing and for cutting. So he's also going to be a bit of a menace in close combat. A really beautiful kit though. Like this is, there's a lot of detail on that. So if you're a painter,
there's a lot on there. So
there's to kind of show off your skills.
How to paint different browns is pretty much the theme of this guy.
If you have a Tau army, this gives you a really interesting and different set of stuff to paint into that army, which otherwise is very kind of like near future sci-fi. Another
it's a
shaper.
different
so this is a
altogether.
really cool kit. This is the War Shaper.
Oh, he's got lots of parts.
Really
it's going to be
that's
going to be a box kit.
Force. And you can see already there with some of the
loads of options on that. I really like that spiky cape.
Approaches to this particular kit. You can see variant heads, variant weapons. You've got bows, and
spikes
staves,
all
and,
down here.
close combat weapons and all sorts. Really lovely detail across this model as well. You can see the cloak there with that kind of.
You can really see that they're going to push like this is your character or your
skin on the back there. Loads
your
of kind
army
of extra
commander
detail
if you were to do an only Kroot army.
This is a really lovely model. This is probably one of the more detailed miniatures in the Kroot range.
It's great.
And really nice to kind of see that kind of character part of the Kroot Expander, because we haven't really seen that since the first incarnation of the Kroot. So great to see. Now this is a brand new unit. So Krootox will be familiar with anyone who's played Tau Empire Army in the past. But Krootox Rampages gives you a very different way of approaching them. So rather than being lumbering weapons platforms, these are younger, bold kind of shock cavalry version of the Kroot, who charge into the middle of enemy armies and kind of send stuff flying. So this is kind of in the mix with your things like your kind of Thunderwolves and thanks for that. Kind of tear enemy infantry and stuff to pieces. They've got a little bit of shooting as well with those javelins and things, but really what these guys are about is just smashing right into the core of the enemy army and making a mess. And what they really do, if you've got a Tau army, is give you a very different style of approach to part of your force, because one of the things that you do struggle with a Tau army is, well, if the enemy get close, what am I going to do to fight them up close? How do I shift enemy units off objectives? This is one of your units that can absolutely do that. You send these guys into the an enemy force on an objective and they will rip them up, right? So you throw them around. Very, very cool dynamic miniatures. You can see there, they're kind of loping across the battlefield, charging forward. A very dynamic, very fun-looking unit to paint.
Krootox the bird, they're the Tau bird mercenaries,
The traditional
also,
Krootox
thank you so much for the 25 months, man. That's so cool. Thank you.
And again, he comes with a bunch of new options. So you can see there, this is a kind of older, gnarlier looking Krootox.
That is a Krootox for sure.
He's got kind of longer quills, lots of variety on this model as well. So you can see alternate head options, alternate gun options as well, which is a new thing. So you've got some kind of blast weapon options, you've got some heavier, kind of big autocannon-esque sort of options. And this guy, role doesn't really change. Fundamentally, what he's for is kind of hanging out towards the back of the battlefield, or with some of your longer range Kroot units, and picking off targets at range. But obviously, still a Krootox. So
I'm losing my goddamn mind with how cool this is.
A pretty decent close combat unit.
Yeah.
So that's about half of the new Kroot stuff that's coming. That's what we're going to show you today. But all of the stuff that we've just shown you there actually comes in one big launch set, which is the Kroot Hunting Pack. So you get 2 of those units of Kroot Infantry, the Kroot Carnivores. You get a big unit of Kroot Rampages. You get a Krootox, and you get the 2 Shaper units that we saw there as well. So you get a very sizable force that you can either bolt onto the side of a Tau Empire force, or you can use it as the start of a Kroot force. And one of the things that is in the new Tau Empire Codex, which also comes in that box, is a bunch of new detachments. And one of those detachments effectively allows you to lean almost entirely, or entirely if you want to, into a Kroot force. Nice. So if you go, actually...
Wow, that's the 4th edition Codex cover.
So cool, damn. Or I've been waiting so long for a Kroot army that I just want Kroot. You know what? I don't want any of the Tau stuff. I just want to have
a mercenary
force
so cool.
You can actually build an entire Kroot army very happily with one of the detachments in this book.
Oh
and
my
all of
God,
the kind of stratagems
yes.
and extra rules and things.
Morris,
key off
this is
Kroot
this is
units
my
so you
this
can
is the
build them
year
like
for
that.
me.
Or you can go, I've got I've got a Tau army that I've been collecting for a long time, and what I really need is a couple of auxiliary units to give me some combat beef or to
Holy shit.
Do some infiltrating, grab objectives early on, or
buying
just to
the
kind of give me something
fuck
different to
out of
paint
this
for
box.
aesthetic purposes. In which case, you can add in any of those new Kroot units into your.
GW
Tau.
is
So
adding me.
think
I know,
pretty much
right?
best of both worlds.
Lovely
You can have you can have it either way.
Some lovely stuff for the Kroot there.
Yeah, get a treat. And like I say, that's only it's only about half of the new stuff that's on its way, and we'll have more of that Kroot stuff to show you over the next coming weeks and months.
Very nice. Shall we check out the next
Let's
reveal?
do it.
Let's do it. Crathusa the Crone Seer there. An important new Daughters of Cain character for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Eddie, tell us about this mysterious winged prophet.
So this is a really exciting release for a few reasons. So if we go from a lore perspective first, the Crone Seer represents a really interesting part of the Daughters of Cain lore, which is that she isn't under the sway of Morathi. So if you're familiar with the way that Daughters of Cain work, Morathi has effectively subverted the faith of Cain to kind of channel.
I learned
all
about the
of
lizard
belief
Age of
into,
Sigmar. You mean
the bloody-handed god
Morris,
into her
like
own power
these
source.
lizard folk?
But there are a few of the Daughters of Cain who are a little bit suspicious of Morathi's intentions.
I cannot
and
believe.
don't really believe what she's up to. And
I'm so
Crathusa the Crone Seer represents part of that.
sick.
It's also a very
There's a
kind of
Kroot
deep
army box,
deep lore
and I'm
dive
gonna be
into some
buying the
very
hell
old
out of it.
elven
That's
lore.
gonna sell
with
out
the
so
Crone,
fucking
is
quickly.
a very old elven god.
My
And she's
God.
almost representing someone who's kind of stumbled across the power
This is
of
a really cool death. This is a really cool mini for like D&D as well. It's like a fallen angel type thing.
She's blind, and that kind of headdress that she's got also kind of, I think you were saying, has...
Oh, it's like inverted spikes.
Has inverted spikes into her own eyes, so she can't see, but she can see through the power of her kind of crows that she spreads around, so she's kind of lives in the shadow and kind of sees through these familiars, and the feathers of her wings can also turn into an ethereal flock of crows that can peck out the eyes and attack enemies and things like that. So she's definitely not a good guy. She's on Team Order, but she's a fairly sinister sort of character. And representing a very interesting kind of new piece of the political dynamic for the Daughters of Cain, particularly. In game terms, she is a powerful priestess who can kind of add a lot of stuff to a Cainite force, and you can certainly build an army into that kind of way of playing. And certainly, as a model, just a really lovely display piece, right? So
exactly right. That's
I suppose
Age of Sigmar models, while still Warhammer and expensive,
and Morathi
they make really good D&D models. If you want to see some
shadow end of that spectrum,
if you also want to see some like fantastic D&D models with this, oh look at this, that's cool.
Crathusa's Crone Host, and in this set you get
really good D&D models. If you want just like city guys, the Cities of Sigmar D&D models, Age of Sigmar.
So you can
Cities of Sigmar faction are just the humans.
Or you can kind of lean into this new kind of shadowy aspect where she's the leader.
Lots of options.
I can't. I'm so
she's an
fucking
important player
hyped
in
for
the
those
Walker realms
crew.
as well. So if we have a look at our next reveal, we'll see why.
Yeah. What do we got? I don't think I can be topped with the Kroot reveal. Oh, no, yeah, you don't do that.
some new heroes rising in Dawnbringers 5, Shadow of the Crone. Eddie, what do we know about this?
Yeah, so the Crone Seer is the titular character of Book 5 of the Dawnbringer series. Book 4 is on the way and will be kind of death-themed, and will be all about the
This is very clearly like the end of their narrative campaign
very
bit.
Soon after by Book 5, which is a much more
there's a campaign bit.
low
The end
level,
of the camp.
I guess,
Oh fuck! What am I saying?
Exploration.
The end of the edition, which will probably come like they'll probably release a new Age of Sigmar edition, 4th edition or whatever, by the end of this year, this financial year for us. So this will be like the last arc narratively for this area.
As well as the Crone Seer, who is
Warhammer does the same thing, and they're on 3-year cycles anyway.
Movers and shakers of the lore in the Age of Sigmar.
Oh,
we
little
also
guys!
get to meet
there's a cat!
2 characters which we are you might be familiar with if you
that's
are
it.
viewers
Okay,
of
so
Age of
this
Sigmar
right
animations,
here,
or you're
that's a gunslinger mini. If you've ever seen one in
D&D,
D&D, that's sick.
Cinderfall.
There's a
so
rogue
these
up
are
here.
agents of Azir. They are 2 characters who are
I'll pop the
effectively a
box
little
a
bit
bit
like your kind of
smaller so
witch
you can see
hunter
it.
archetype in Age of Sigmar, and what they do in Hammerhall and beyond.
Like you've got
is
a rogue,
to root
you've
out
got
those kind of chaos cults,
paladin,
and,
you've got a blood hunter, witch hunter, you got.
that might seek
I
to
don't know what this
undermine
lady
the
is,
cities
but
of
she's got a
Sigmar.
cat.
So very much in the Cities of Sigmar army, but kind of the low level kind of grunt work, I guess, of rooting out those chaos cults and things that might pop up under the nose of the city. They are joined by a bunch of hangers-on. So you've got Valis, the Keeper, Askian, who is the Stormcast there, and he is one of the guardians of Hammerhall. You can see on his shield there, you've got the symbol of Hammerhall, which I think we first saw in some of the very early Cities of Sigmar stuff. So he looks after Hammerhall in the realm of fire, and kind of goes along when things get really serious, right? When the agents of Azir need a little bit of Stormcast help, they can call on this guy. You've also got Lisa Ravenia, who is your assassin thief looking character on the top left there, and she obviously brings all the skills that an assassin/thief would bring, which is always very useful. You've got an interesting character, Mistress Varentia. She is the character there with the kind of Siamese-looking cat.
Cool cat.
And she is a spy mistress in Hammerhall, and the way that she is able to do that is that she has lots of little helpers and friends and critters and creatures that she can see, and you can see that it's got a collar with that glowing gem there, which looks a little bit like some of the gems that she's got on her person. And she's probably got various fleet and flocks of those little creatures that she can use to spy on various places around the city and beyond. And of course, there's a Gryph-hound in there as well. So Balthus, the Gryph-hound, Valius's loyal assistant ward. So not one but 2 little pets in there to go with Callus and Tull. And this is really exciting because Callus and Tull are 2 kind of really fun, interesting characters that, especially if you've been following the Black Library books and animations, you might be familiar with. But they definitely give you a kind of mortal eye view of the mortal realms, and kind of someone to explore the city of Hammerhall particularly.
I'm just talking to my brother, and he's just like, "That's so sick." I'm like,
kind of
I can't. We've been saying since we were
across the board, every single one
teenagers,
of these is a really
we wish Kroot had their own army.
So, kind of nodding a little bit to the style we saw in things like Curse City. So if you've started a kind of collection of Age of Sigmar characters and just lovely fantasy miniatures, right, that kind of exist in the mortal realms, these are great additions to it.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Really lovely.
There is a new novel on the way as well.
Yes.
So they already featured in a couple of novels already, and there's more on the way in Callus and Tull, where we get to see them in Hammerhall getting up to what they do best, uncovering chaos cults.
I'm going to put the if you want to read about the Kroot, they just released the article for it.
Should we see the next reveal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I've just been like refreshing for the article over and over again. You go to the articles on All News, you can see the Kill Team release as well with the new Mandrakes. Oh, man.
Zondara's Gravebreakers bringing some love to the Death Gorge there. This is a new Death Warband for Warhammer Underworlds. Eddie, what do we know about these?
So this is a really fun premise for a warband because effectively at its heart, it doesn't look like it. Bear with me. This is a love story, right?
It is.
So Zondara is the necromancer wizard character that you can see in the center there, and her love has been cursed in the realm of beasts. There's loads of curses going around. It's Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Every second person is cursed in some way, shape, or
course.
form. But her love has been cursed and turned into a beast, basically. So that weird beast wolf monster character there. She is seeking in the realm of beasts a cure for that, and she thinks that the cure can be found somewhere in the vast graveyards of the realm of beasts. So using a mix of necromantic and Gurish magic, she has raised a team of zombies, imbued them with extra bestial strength, and she is cracking open graves across the realm of beasts to try and find magical cures, amulets and things to cure her lost love. What that gives you in Underworld's Warband is a really interesting mix of models, and also some very interesting mix of abilities and things for gaming purposes. So right at the heart of the Warband, you have a Necromancer / Gurish Wizard, and then you've also got a powerful monster character, and that's backed up with some zombies, which they're not going to win any awards themselves, but they give you a bit of extra muscle to kind of grab objectives and things.
Zombie henchmen,
absolutely. And you can also kind of bolster them with Gurish magic as well. So they're a little bit tougher. They hit a bit harder maybe than your basic death zombie, because these are also empowered with a little bit of Gurish zeal as well. So a bit of magic, a bit of combat, a very flexible warband, a very kind of fun mechanics that kind of overlap between them as well, and some fun miniatures that you can paint up in some interesting ways. So and showcasing,
I'll put it in the Discord as well if you want to see all the. I found the photos.
Which is most of the big factions now we've kind of ticked off. You've got your kind of humans and
you get both shapers in that army box,
and we're now getting to explore
even better.
some of the kind of weird and wonderful corners of the Mortal Realms with some kind of left field warbands that maybe you didn't expect to see.
Yeah, which is great.
That can add some exciting mechanics to the game as well. So it's exciting across the board, really.
Yeah, really good stuff.
You got the new Drukhari Mandrakes on this one as well.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Should we do the next one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How many previews are we getting? Damn. Oh, it's probably be like. Oh, damn. Okay. New army for 30k, so like the Legion's Horus Heresy stuff. They were teasing this last year, but there's a mini version. The Solar Auxilla, and it's like old school Imperial Guard. Las Rifle. They look cool. I don't want them, but I like them. Malkador. Storm. And you can really see like the... Yeah, there you go. Solar Auxilla Battle Force.
Humanity's finest
That's pretty
mortal
rad.
troops, the Solar Auxilia, and some all-new plastic kits. It's a big release for this as well, Eddie.
This is an absolutely enormous release
massive.
of plastic kits for the Horus Heresy. This is the largest release of plastic kits we've seen since the launch of the new edition of the Horus Heresy.
Oh my god, okay, if you go into TTRPG area of
almost
Crew,
the entirety.
they make it. They make bongo drums out of Space Marine heads as well.
Almost immediately as a huge wave of plastics, and it's very, very cool. You can have a look at some of those on screen right now, and let's dive into some of these miniatures because they are phenomenally cool, very detailed, and far easier to put together as a force and collect as an army than they were previously when they were available in resin. The team have done a great job of updating some already very cool resin designs into plastic, and in the mix they've added in loads of options and customizability and different ways that you can put these together. So if we kick off with the Las Rifle section, these are your basic troopers for the Solar Auxilia.
I mean, they're just kind of guys, right? They're just like
place in the Horus Heresy because against the Space Marine.
Funky little guys.
They are relatively outmatched, but the Space Marines alone are not able to kind of conquer the entire galaxy. So when the Emperor set out on his Great Crusade, he identified the fact that even though you've got hundreds of thousands of Space Marines, the galaxy is a very, very big place. So you need some auxilia to go with them, you need some backup. So solar auxilia literally is auxilia from the solar system. That's where the name comes from. So they were attached on to the Space Marine forces to give them extra manpower. But as the Crusade evolved, the solar auxilia sort of became a byproduct for a byword for elite mortal troops. So other than the Space Marines, they are seen as the most competent troops in the armies of mankind. So in the wider Imperial army, the Solar Auxilia are kind of looked upon as these are the best that a mortal can get without being elevated to the status of kind of post-human in some way, shape or form, usually Space Marine. They are given the best weapons that the Imperium can muster en masse. So there are millions of these guys out spread across the Great Crusade, and lots of regiments in the wake of the Great Crusade have kind of modelled themselves upon the Solar Auxilia as well. So every legion is backed up by hosts of troops that look like these, as well as there being plenty of expeditionary and crusade forces that are also backed up with loads of Solar Auxilia troops. And then when Horus turned against the Emperor, about half of the Solar Auxilia, just like the Space Marines, fell with him and decided to kind of back his play to be the new Emperor of mankind. So you can play these either as loyalist or as traitor. The las rifle section here represents your basic troopers. They have got las guns and bayonets. The bayonets look particularly ferocious. You can see those on a few of those there. They look like they would make a mess of someone.
Yeah.
They,
be careful with those.
but up against a Space Marine, you will need a lot of these guys in your force. So if you are looking to build an army of these for the Horus Heresy and you want to go infantry heavy, you can put an awful lot of Solar Auxilia las sections into your army. The rules for these already exist, so you can already find them in some of the books that accompanied the release of the Age of Darkness box set. But the key thing really is that up to this point they were available in resin, which was quite a less useful material to work with than plastic. It takes a bit longer to put your army together. It's more expensive. These are going to mean that you can reasonably build entire armies of Solar Auxilia if you want to, which is very cool. Loads of options in there as well. I'm sure you guys are already taking a look. The Sergeant is really cool. He's got power fists and plasma pistols and volkites and there's kind of banners and stuff in there as well. But this is, again, arguably the least exciting of all the kits that's on the way. There's loads of cool upgrades and things for them as well. This is the tactical command section.
This guy yelling
in the
here.
mix there, you've got Vox, you've got kind of company banners and things like that. You've got some power weapons, plasma pistols. So these are relatively well equipped by human standards, right? So like, and it's just good, right? Because they have to go up against things like Space Marines. So you can imagine these guys having to hold the line against things like charging World Eaters and stuff like that, and kind of. You're going to lose a few, but through weight of numbers and through grit and steel, they might just see it to the other side of the battle. And there's something about them that you kind of want to root for because they are closer to humans certainly than the Space Marines and things they go up against.
Yeah.
There are a lot of vehicles on the way for these guys. So this is the Ethon Heavy Sentinel, and you can see there that it comes with loads of weapon options. So you've got a range of different missiles you can put on the side of it. You've also got a range of different main cannons you can put on there as well. Loads of choices, multi-lasers, heavy flamers, melter. There's a Volkite in there as well, which is my personal favorite.
Nice.
Basically, anytime you can put Volkite on something,
put it on.
You're going to choose Volkite. It's the best. It's not technically the best in game terms. It's just my favourite because I like to imagine the noise it makes and the mess it makes of the enemy units when they shoot. And this is sort of a forerunner of the Sentinel designs that you see in Warhammer 40,000. It's much more sort of industrial looking. These would have been mass produced in their thousands and sent out alongside the Solar Auxilia forces, allowing them some kind of close range support as they kind of wade off into the Great Crusade. Certainly not a match for something like a Dreadnought, but again, much like the troops underneath it, would be outnumbering things like Space Marine Dreadnoughts in a firefight. So they're hoping that your weight of number again is going to win out the fight. Lots of lovely little touches in there that are very reminiscent of some of the later Sentinel designs as well, nodding to that idea that lots of the things that you see during the Horus Heresy are the origin of some of the things that we know and are very familiar with in Warhammer 40,000. There are loads of tanks
like the old,
on the way.
The old tanks.
Probably the most common amongst them, the Dracosian transport.
You can really see like the inspiration.
Rhinos of the Space Marines, the Dracosian does a few more
the
things
modern
for
tanks
you, so
in these
you could
ones.
Pack a lot of troops into this, and because it also has to kind of function as a mobile fire base. It does add quite a lot to your army. Loads of options in the mix there as well. So the pintle mounted, you can either have heavy flamers, you can have multi-lasers, but the main reason you bring this guy along is that big demolisher cannon on the front, right? So
absolutely.
Nice big siege-breaking demolisher cannon to even the odds if your little troopers need to go up against a big unit of Space Marines. Always helpful if 3 or 4 of them have been blown to bits before your plucky troops have to bayonet charge into a unit of Blood Angels or something. There's a new Leman Russ on the way. So this is a Heresy-era Leman Russ, very reminiscent of the Leman Russes that you see in Warhammer 40,000. There's absolutely nothing stopping you as well if you decide you wanted to kind of port a few of these or use some of the bits into your Warhammer 40,000 force. But the weapons and loadout and the crew has been designed specifically with the idea that this works alongside your Solar Auxilia force. And you've got all of the different weapon options available to you. So the Leman Russ strike tank comes with the Vanquisher. You've got battle cannon, twin autocannon, and twin las cannon, and a variety of different pintle-mounted options as well, with things like hunter-killer missiles and heavy flamers and stuff. You've also got a pretty brutal-looking dozer blade and your kind of forward las cannon on the front there as well. And again, it looks a little bit more maybe industrial, maybe kind of mass-produced than some of the later Leman Russes. And again, this thing would have been rolled out in its thousands as the kind of workhorse tank of the Imperial Army. So whereas in Warhammer 40,000, you certainly see squadrons of these. In the time of the Horus Heresy, you would have had whole battlefields full of these tanks rolling forward.
Look at them. It looks kind of, it's a Leman Russ strike tank. So it's like super OG version of the main one right now.
Enormous kind of apocalyptic-sized battlefields
tweet chain
of the Horus Heresy. We've seen some of that in Legions Imperialis, of course, where you can kind of actually have hundreds of these on the battlefield. But there is something cool about having the bigger tank as well, and still putting a lot of them on the battlefield. And all of that stuff we've just seen comes together in the Solar Auxilia battle group. So this is very much like the kind of army boxes we've seen for Age of Darkness and things like that. And all comes together. If you want to kind of kick off, kickstart a Solar Auxilia battle group, you can pick up this and it gives you a good starting point. It's certainly not a full army because, as we were saying, the Solar Auxilia, you can have an awful lot of them, right? So you can have hundreds of troops on the battlefield if you want, but certainly gives you a very good starting point. And much like lots of other things in the Horus Heresy, you can ally these into your forces as well. So if you've got a Space Marine force, you can quite reasonably decide to kind of bolt a few of these Auxilia on to it. But there is something fun about just having lots of mortal troops. Yeah. But that's not all. There is more. There's more on the way for the Solar Auxilia.
It's a huge
so those of you
preview.
Who are very familiar
like
with
one of the
Horus
biggest
Heresy
I've seen in a
rules
long
will know
time.
that the Leman Russ has got more options than that kit. We couldn't quite pack every single weapon option onto the single frame, so there is an alternate version as well, which is the assault tank. And this one, generally speaking, is the kind of short range but more brutal version of the Leman Russ. And the main difference really is the main battle cannon and some of the different options you get for the pintle mount. So Demolisher, which is your kind of classic close-range siege weapon. You've got a big plasma cannon, and you've got a Volkite cannon in there as well, which is obviously what I'm going to go with. It's going to be the Volkite, right? So this is a devastating short-range weapon version of the Leman Russ, and interchangeable as well with the other one too, so you can kind of mix the kits together if you wanted to. The Velataris Storm section is a really fun addition as well. These are the elite, kind of more heavily armoured version of the Solar Auxilia. The unit composition you can see on the screen there is fully kitted out with Volkite. So this is your kind of deflagrating anti-infantry version. So an awful lot of firepower coming out of that squad. So you can imagine squads of 10 and 20 of these piling out of Dracosians and kind of unleashing a huge amount of firepower into things. And you do need a lot of firepower to take down the things they have to go up against. So you probably want a few of these in the mix. Worth noting about this unit, you can also kit them out with axes, which gives you a little bit of close combat punch into the mix as well. There is something endearing, I suppose, about a human that has been given like a big heavy suit of armor, and then they're looking across the battlefield at these 7 or 8 foot tall superhuman warriors they need to go up against, and then their commander hands them an axe and goes, "Can I have a gun?" He's like, "No, you get an axe.
Take this.
Have a great time." It's quite a good axe, you know. It's powered and all the rest of it. You can chop through stuff. But you've got to respect that, I think, in a trooper if they're willing to go toe-to-toe with a Space Marine armed with only a sturdy, powered axe. That's pretty good. But again, a really lovely, flexible kit. Lots of interchangeability between some of these kits as well, so things like arms and heads and
I gotta say, so these ones look very like Fallout,
much like you can with the Legion kit for the Space Marines.
And they look super heavy armored, but
lots of those armor marks and things.
Personally, they're like.
And then last up,
I think it's got a similar problem with 30k in general. I have it just like it's not as.
So this is a kind of one-up on your Leman Russ with even more firepower.
It's not as
you've got
the look of everything is so industrial and samey. I think is the problem I have. It looks cool.
Is designed to go toe to toe
like
with things
grey
like
tank. I'm like, okay.
And the kind of slightly larger tanks, and again, you can have quite a lot of these in your force, and you can kit it out to do basically whatever your army isn't very good at. You can go, I need more anti-infantry, I need more anti-tank, I need more things that can take down monsters. Whatever is missing in your force, you can add into this with a huge variety of different weaponry. So you've got battle cannons and las cannons and demolisher cannons and heavy flamers and different sponsor options for either close range anti-infantry or longer range anti-tank support. Whatever you need, basically, the Malcador can kind of fill that
I think
gap
this is almost
in your army. Again,
they haven't really revealed the new Orc and the new Custodes, but I think it's gonna
lean in that direction. So
I think they're gonna probably leave that for another update soon. Or Custodes and Orcs are gonna get a single model release for their codex.
Really cool.
Because I can't imagine them doing a big double release like the Dark Angels and Tower getting. It feels like they might be a bit oversaturated for the next few months.
You know, Callus and Toll, I think actually.
Yeah,
I like those two. I'm looking forward to painting up some new stuff. But I think there's some really good stuff for all the games.
Yeah.
Those props in the background are sweet.
Yeah, they look great.
They look very cool, kind of bolted onto a Tau army, but I think looking forward to seeing what people do with entire armies of Kroot.
Yeah.
It's me, I'm bitches. I'm going to do an entire Kroot army. It's me, I'm bitches.
I mean, it's all good, right? The Solar Auxilia launch is going to be phenomenal as well.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
The thing about that I'm quite excited about is that up until this point, the rules have been available, but most Horus Heresy games have been Space Marine versus Space Marine. But this adds like a whole extra dimension. So all of a sudden, even if you're a Space Marine player, you go, okay, so what happens if I know I'm going to go up against loads of Solar Auxilia? I'm going to have some anti-infantry stuff. So all of a sudden, your decision of like which weapons and things are the most efficient. You might not necessarily lean plasma to kill power armor. You might go, I do want
plenty of room on the bitch train. I am squarely on the bitch train right now. That is me. I just tweeted a big thread of the Kroot.
Exciting time for the Horus.
Exciting times, very exciting times. Well, that's all we've got time for, folks. Speaking of which. Hope you enjoyed getting a bit of a peek at all of those fantastic releases. As always, a huge, great big thank you to Notley for moderating for us. Huge, great big thank you to our producer Raf for getting up at the crack of dawn with us and pushing the buttons, making it all happen. And thank you to you, Eddie.
So early for them.
All those awesome releases. As always, you can catch up on all the.
All right, we're going to take it over somewhere else as well if they're ending this.
You might be on the Warhammer Community website, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.
All right. Let's go back over here real quick. So, coming back over here. Also, this art alone looks like a Kroot Codex, right? Like, that's what it looks like. Anyway, it's not gonna be in a Tau Codex, but I would still buy it either way. But you got like the army box. You've got this is actually the 4th edition art that I used to have 15 years ago, which is interesting that they might be going back to it. Either that or it's just like that's the special edition cover. And they might just have the regular one for that one. But either way, Codex comes in the box. That is fine by me. And you got like the War Shaper with his cloaks. I love how they've got like the beads and things in their hair. I think that's a really cool look that they always have going on. And he's got loads of options by the look of it. Looks like you can have different cloaks as well, maybe. Either that or that's just a differently painted one. But yeah, he's got like up here, like a throwing star thing, a bow, and then the other one, I think he's got like a double-ended spear and like a bowler of some kind. I'm cool with that. Flesh Shaper, if you didn't see it. I think they spent a little bit of time talking about this guy. So, you know, this one is more about like the regular shaper for the crew. They're oh yeah, nice. Did you hear? Are you going? I said I was going to go to Arc Open and play in the tournament there, and I've never played a game. Well, I'm going to learn leading up to it, but you know that's where I'm looking at right now. You got this one. Man, these paint jobs are really nice and smooth. So smooth. What else we got? Going back to the regular crew. Also, tiny little guy, tiny little dog guy. Is there going to be like some Kroot hounds in this kit maybe? Because tell me more. Tell me more about that. I forgot how unarmored Kroot generally are. Like, you go back to the older kit and they don't really wear clothes. They're just kind of this. Kind of bigger Kroot with a gun. That sculpt looks kind of weird. Maybe it's just how the gun's positioned. So looking guys. You got some... I really like these two models. The posing of these two I quite like. Especially this kind of like gun down arm. I don't know. Something about that looks cool. Some more running guys. And we're back. Now this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. He is so large. And there's a guy riding it. It's... Damn. Damn. Oh, they got like little elbows painted on. That's kind of cool. You can have... Looks like you get a choice of head. This big boom gun looks very cool. I'm interested to see what that's going to do for us. Has he got... Oh, he does have the old head mask on. This one doesn't. And they get the Rampages. I think these are the coolest minis so far. I don't know. The Kroot Hawks are so cool, but the Rampage has got that... This guy with a gun. But these are guys charging into battle. That's something else. They've also got like large like gauntlets. And he's going to headbutt you, knowing that plate on his head. They also like these spears they've got. I think these are maybe on a 50 or a 60 mil base. Either way, very cool. And they're pounding towards you like possibly like a gorilla-like creature. Huge on the front. But not as much on the back. Someone got like a painted blind eye? That's kind of cool. Either way, I'm in. I'm so in. But let's take this train. I'm just going to take us over to Bricky because Bricky has just also watched it. So if you're keen to talk about more Warhammer, he will definitely take care of us. So I'll see you on Tuesday. See how we go. And then see you the finale of Teens of Space. Might do... If I don't see you on Tuesday, if I see you earlier than Tuesday, it's because we're doing another one of these edit streams. So we'll see how we go for that. I kind of like doing this off. I got 3 done. I got some work done. And Ben Martin and I were talking about it. We might both come on stream at some point to do some editing the same way. So let's trigger this raid. And he's got subscriber only chat, so I won't be able to talk either. I'm just going to raid and run. Mind you, he's got 1,300 viewers, so you know we're going to add to the ocean. See you later, everyone. Thank you for sticking with me on my hyperfocus at the end of the day.
At the moment, if you play 40k right now, you are only happy if you are 3 of the, like, 20 factions. You're happy for Guard, but not even for 40k Guard. You're happy for Conversion Guard.